Welcome to Learning Law, and this Company Law Part 2. We are going to discuss about lifting of corporate veil with case laws. Corporate veil. Corporate veil refers to a legal concept whereby a company is identified separately from the members of the company. So we all know that company is an artificial person. After incorporation, company is separate from the shareholders and members. And the term corporate veil refers to the concept that members of the company are shielded from liability connected to the company's actions. The company is liable for its own actions, and the directors and members are not personally liable for the actions of company. It's a legal concept which separates the identity of company from its members, and corporate veil enables people to incorporate a business and avoid incurring further liability if business is not a success. Lifting of corporate veil. Lifting of corporate veil means disregarding the concept of corporate personality and looking behind the real person who are in the control of company. Where a fraudulent or dishonest use is made of a legal entity, then the individual concerned will not be allowed to take shelter behind the corporate personality. If a person to indulge in a dishonest activity or against the public interest, he is creating a legal entity, so he can escape from liability. So in this concept, the corporate veil is lifted to see who is who's behind this corporate veil and who is committing these things. So therefore, lifting of corporate veil is a concept which is evolved by series of case laws, and grounds for lifting corporate veils are fraud or improper conduct, tax evasion, public interest, to determine the character of company, for protection of public policy. Case laws. Case laws relating to lifting of corporate veil are Lee vs. Lee Air Farming Limited. The facts of the case are the appellant's husband Lee formed a company named Lee Air Farming Limited. For the purpose of carrying on business, Lee himself, the owner of the company, holding more than 99% of shares. Lee is also the director of company. Lee was killed while piloting the aircraft, and a wife of Lee claimed compensation under Workmen's Compensation Act. Issue whether she is entitled to compensation as a dependent of workman. So in this case, the court lifted the corporate veil to identify the character of the company. Lee is a director and member of company, but he is also as a workman. He's worked as a workman as a pilot. So on his death, the company is liable to pay compensation to the dependents of Lee as per the Workmen's Compensation Act. The next case regarding lifting of corporate veil is Guilford Motor Company Limited versus Horn. The facts of the case are Horn was working as a managing director in company named Guilford Motor Company Limited, and he signed an employment contract. In it, a clause which is saying that he should not solicit customers of the company if he were to leave employment of Guilford Motor Company Limited, and Mr. Horn was fired. After that, he set up a company named J.M. Horn and Company Limited and acted against a contract with Guilford Company. His defense was the company is different from his directors. J.M. Horn and Company Limited is different from the director, that is Horn. Issue whether the Horn is liable for breach of contract. The court in this case lifted the corporate veil and found that JM Horn Company Limited was created by Horn for committing a breach of contract which is entered with Guilford Company Limited. So his intention is to escape from liability, that is breach of contract. So therefore he created the company JM Horn and Company Limited. So therefore court held that Horn is liable for breach of contract. By lifting the corporate veil, court found that JM Horn and Company Limited is created to escape from liability. Thank you for watching this video.